All right. Well, due to learning more about advanced aesthetics, we actually decided, and the fact that due to our time constraints, I didn't have a chance to ask all the questions that I was curious about. We actually decided to do a part two of this interview, and really get you a little more interested, and also give you a little, a lot more knowledge about that there is a lot more involved than just going in and saying, okay, well, I want some plastic surgery done. This is a lot more involved.
Absolutely, yes.
So, basically, right off, I actually want to start off with something that I was curious about for myself, and I did a post on Facebook about that I learned the hair removal.
Okay.
I asked, because I'm looking to get some, I'd like to get some done, and you told me my hair is actually too light to actually get it.
That is correct, yes. Laser hair removal will not work on blonde hair, white hair, or gray hair. There's not a machine in the world that can pick that up, because the laser works on the melanin, so it picks up the color of that follicle. So if that follicle has no color, the laser can't seek it. It won't work.
Okay, you just.
Anybody who has light blonde or gray hair, it's not going to work. You'd waste your money.
Okay, so let's just because I want to hit this at the beginning. You have a special event coming up.
Yes, we do. It's our Cool Sculpting event. Jackie, tell them the date again. And
It's October 16th from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
we're going to have hors d'oeuvres, we'll have drinks. It's just an open house. Just come here, have fun. You're going to learn all about cool sculpting. We might even have somebody sit on the table and just watch the procedure being done. So it's going to be a great event, and yet very informative, very informative.
Okay, so this is something where people can actually, instead of watching just like a commercial or, online, they can actually get if they're considering it, actually get the first-person experience of it.
Correct. We'll go into in-depth about how the cool sculpting works. So like I said, it's going to be very informative, fun, lots of information.
And
Okay.
if you come out that night, you get special pricing.
Okay, that's always a good
All
thing.
they have to do is just call us and reserve their spot, and that's it. That's how easy it is.
Okay. Now, I know I heard you ladies talking, and there was a couple of things that people might not think that you do here. So feel free to.
Oh my goodness, what don't we do? We do everything corrective. So anything from head to toe that needs correcting, we do it. So anything with fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots on your face from the sun damage, tattoo removal. We have a great laser, I think we mentioned it before, called PicoShore.
Yes.
And it works in half the time. We do anything plastic surgery-wise. We have a phenomenal plastic surgeon on board named Dr. Bastidas, and he can do anything from head to toe.
We also have a lot of acne patients that come in for acneic skin, and also we do permanent makeup, so eyebrows, eyeliner, lips. If somebody's had a breast reduction, or cancer, and had a reconstructive surgery of the breast, we do areola tattooing, and also scar revision.
Okay.
Also for the month of October, Mike, anybody who had breast cancer and needs their areola tattooed back on, we do that free for the whole month of October.
Okay. I'll actually promote that a little bit, because that is something definitely very important.
Yep, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so anybody who needs that procedure done, it's absolutely comp. There's no cost to them whatsoever.
Okay. Now, when I was out in your lobby, I actually looked at some information, just a few things over the course of my life I've thought about getting done. And in all the information I looked at, I took notice the stress on that. Okay, yes, you want to do the procedures. Obviously, you're in business. You want to make money, but the stress on, okay, here's some of the side effects, and this is also what you might want to consider. So there is a very good balance here. I've taken notice between, okay, yes, we know you want this done, but we want to make sure it's right for you, and that you are aware that, guess what, there might be some dangers involved.
Of course, there's side effects with everything you do. I mean, any kind of surgical. When you go to a hospital and you get something removed, there's a risk with everything. What we do here, I mean, basically, the risks are very minimal. For hair removal, there's very minimal risk. Our machine is very light, it doesn't burn. Same thing with our PicoShore machine. I mean, you risk blistering, but that's all normal.
There's blistering when you go in a tanning bed or you're out in the sun for too long.
Exactly right. You know, when Dr. Pacitas does his surgeries, he doesn't do them here, of course, he'll take them to a surgery center. And again, there's risk for everything. You know, we can't determine if we're doing a skin peel. You know, we'll tell somebody what other people have experienced, what we've experienced, but again, some people aren't the normal, they aren't the
Right.
normal type. So those are things that we just can't ballpark, we can't guess on.
Okay. Well, I actually pointed that out though, just so that people know that when they, when they come in here, they're not just going to get a sales pitch and be tried to, you're going to try and talk them into it. It's like you want to make sure, it's because a lot of people, I mean, every moment of our lives, we hear a sales pitch on something,
Exactly.
and it's getting actually more and more rare that the downside to things is pointed out, and that that your concern is for the patient is your concern is for the patient
Correct.
and the potential patient.
We don't pressure anybody. Anybody that walks in here, we'll talk to them, we'll tell them about the procedure, we'll give them their pricing, and once they're out the door, we don't bother them.
Okay.
Don't pressure anybody.
Okay. You're fairly quiet, so. Thank you very much for doing this. While it's, I know a lot of people this time of year with the way the temperature is going from the 80s down to the 50s.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people, and thank you very much for. But yeah, I can honestly testify to that though, because off camera in part one when I asked about the hair removal, you took one look and you're like, no.
Yep. Nope, not gonna work.
So you actually have one testimonial on that front that
We're very
you did
honest
not.
and ethical here. We'll tell you what works and we'll tell you what doesn't work. Some places do that, but we always do that.
Okay. So, anything else you'd like to? I know it's kind of like a quick lightning storm in the brain. Did I get everything? Did I get everything?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Well, it's up to you if you'd like to give. I mean, we could do a quick walkthrough here and give people, quick show. Just.
Show them the treatment room. Should I do that?
No, I can keep the video going while I'm walking and do it with the articles the whole time. That's entirely up to you, though.
What do you think?
That's fine.
Think it would matter if we did or didn't?
Hey, can't hurt.
That's good. Okay, we'll show them the treatment room.
And by the way, this part is not edited out. As you see in part one, all this is straight through. I don't.
That's okay. Yeah, we'll show you some treatment rooms.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to cut it right here, though, just
Okay.
for length.